Welcome back to another Larry Bird video. As you can see by the title, today I'm coming at y'all with the greatest Larry Bird story ever told. Now, in my honest opinion, I think that almost any Larry Bird story has the potential to be the greatest Larry Bird story ever told, because I keep finding out more and more stuff about this guy. The more I dig and dig and dig and dig, that leads me to having a different level of respect for him. But you know how we do over here. I ain't gonna talk y'all to death, but before we get into this video, do me a big favor, man. Smash that thumbs up button. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, and let's go ahead and get into this video. Also, too, like I said in, I believe, the last video, or it might be, I think 2 videos ago, that I made a Larry Bird playlist. I have a compilation of all my Larry Bird videos on my channel. So like I said, spam that playlist, baby. Keep pushing me towards algorithm, because the more y'all push me towards the algorithm, the more exposure I get. And the more exposure I get, the quicker I'm able to get in a position and be this sports analyst that I want to be. But I need the support, you know, so support me with the Larry Bird. If you're a Larry Bird fan and you mainly watch my channel just for Larry Bird videos, that's okay. I got a playlist for you guys, you know, but let's get into the video.
The way we think about basketball, there will always be an element of the game that you will never understand by looking at a bunch of numbers on a spreadsheet. Because you would think that Larry Bird's best game was his 60-point shooting clinic against the Atlanta Hawks.
That was a phenomenal game.
It is the greatest shooting exhibition I've ever seen in my life.
By far one of my greatest Larry Bird moments.
Versus the Utah Jazz, where he sat out the entire fourth quarter because his team was winning by so much.
I remember one night in Utah, Larry had a triple-double and he had 9 steals. So you could get a quadruple-double, which never happens. Only been a couple in NBA history. Came out of the game in the third quarter because they were leading by so much. I ran down to the other end where he was sitting on the bench. I said, "Hey, get back out there. You could get a quadruple-double. It's only been done like twice in history." He said, "Get the hell out of here, Scoop. I don't care about that."
Larry Bird finished that game with 30 points, 12 rebounds, 10 assists,
You know,
and 9 steals.
Another trait that I find admirable about Bird, and it kind of reminds me of my manager and his son. So his son, he's never focused on individual accolades. You know, he plays high school football. He's never focused on all state. He's never focused on all district. His main thing is helping contribute to the team in any way, shape, form, or fashion. So my manager was saying that one game, he was telling him, "Man, you supposed to win after that pick, yada, yada, yada." And he was like, "Daddy, my teammate was in a better position to catch that pick. I don't really care about it as long as we win the game." And it's kind of like Larry Bird, like they said, they trying to get him back out there to get a quadruple-double, something that's never been done before. But he looking like, I don't care about that, because at the end of the day, what does that mean if we don't win the game?
Away from a quadruple-double, because padding his stat sheet just for the sake of doing it was beneath him. But in the 1986 NBA Finals versus the Houston Rockets, Larry Bird called Game 6 the best game he ever played.
You know, everybody's always asking the best game, but I would take that night in and night out, yes.
To reach the NBA Finals, the Houston Rockets defeated the Los Angeles Lakers.
I'm about to react to that video.
Thus ruining the Lakers-Celtics rematch that the world wanted to see, and this is our second shot.
I mean, no way, Evan.
1 second on the clock.
So if y'all was wondering what I was writing down, I wrote down, so this is coming from Larry Bird, as you can see, that he just said that he feel his best game of his career was Game 6 versus the Rockets. So I wrote that down because that's a reaction that I'm gonna do, because I don't think I ever reacted to that video. So I was just letting y'all know what I was doing when I was writing down that paper. Told y'all, man, I'm working, man. I'm getting that content out there for y'all.
Play the Lakers, there's no question about it. But Houston was an upcoming team with Olajuwon, and they had a very good team.
And after 4 games of the NBA Finals, the Celtics were leading the series 3-1. But in Game 5, the Rockets went back to their home court and literally fought for their lives.
That's what happened when you gotta play. That's the Bird effect. Yeah, I don't think I ever reacted to this game. I don't recall this. And guess what? They still finna play after this, I bet.
You can't be doing that. I mean, I thought it was distasteful for both sides. I think that you just got to play the game. It was a game that we wanted to win. We wanted to get the series over with, because anything can happen if you stay out there long enough. You get guys injured. We were better than that. We should, I don't know about sweeping them, but we should never have lost Game 5.
We got pushed around in Game 5. And then we had practice the next day on Saturday. Everybody was really quiet.
But there was one person who wasn't worried at all, and that was number 33. And I remember him on that Saturday afternoon in practice saying that we need rebounds, we're going to get rebounds. We need this, we're going to get that. We're going to be fine. Larry Bird assured the world, we're going to be fine.
And so we get into the game, and Larry's out doing his pregame warm-up, and we're all in the locker room stretching and working it out. And then Larry comes into the locker room, he looks at us all, gathered all our attention, he said, "That."
And that's another thing too. For my younger athletes out there who's potentially watching this, it's like you got to be able to stay cool, calm, and collected. And I know that's easier said than done, but if you look at the trajectory of the series, probably based off what I'm hearing them saying, is that it was nerves because they thinking like, man, we possibly can lose this series. But at the end of the day, when Larry Bird is able to stay cool, calm, and collected, and he know, man, we're gonna take this thing one game at a time. It ain't no sense of pondering what happened in Game 5. It really is pointless. At the end of the day, it happened. We're gonna learn from those mistakes, and we're gonna correct them moving forward. But we're not gonna become overwhelmed to where we're so cautious of making mistakes that it take away from the way we playing, or we think ourselves, or we overthink things, and it shuts us down competitively, and we can't perform at the standard that we normally would perform at. So just being able to stay cool, calm, and collected, man, it's a recipe for success.
An hour and a half before game time, and the crowd is already in, and they're ready. And right now, they want the blood of the Houston Rockets. But I'm telling you right now that if we don't deliver today, they're gonna want our blood. Let's get going. Who's coming with me?
I don't think anybody could be.
And I believe so, because Celtics got a diehard fan base from what I'm seeing from my Bird reactions.
But the energy was there, the excitement was there, and we knew if we continue to play hard, we were going to win.
I stumped it up. It was one of the worst performances of my career. Larry had to call a timeout because Akeem had stolen the ball from me a bunch of times. We had a big lead.
Look at that effortless pass.
And then Akeem just started stealing the ball from me, and I was just bobbling everything.
Rockets have played the prior games good defense, making the Celtics use a lot of time in the back.
By Elijah Walker. Easy bucket.
That's an easy
Larry
point.
calls timeout, and he walks over to Casey Jones and says, "Casey, you got one choice. You can either take me out or you can take Walton out right now. Casey, you did the right thing and took me out."
But aside from Bill Walton's early blunders, the Celtics proceeded to show why they had the greatest home court advantage of all time. Because after Ralph Sampson punched Celtic player Jerry Seasting in Game 5, the Celtics crowd, as you can imagine, didn't like Ralph Sampson at all. And they made sure that he knew it.
Into the action.
Tough to play on the road. The Celtics have won 40 straight here. Sampson turnaround over McHale. Tails played good defense early on. Parrish gets free.
I bet the atmosphere of the Celtics game at that time for sure was crazy.
A woman who was maybe 5 feet tall and maybe weighed 80 pounds, and she had a front row courtside seat, and she brought a sign that was bigger than she was, and she said, "Hey Ralph," and she's referring to the big fight with Jerry Seasting, who was a tiny guy himself, and she goes, "Hey Ralph, I'm 5 feet tall and 92 years old. You want to fight me too?" And this lady just stood in the front, on the edge of the court. She never sat down. She just yelled and screamed at Ralph the whole time.
They only lost one game at home that entire season, in part because of that Celtics home crowd, but mainly because Larry Bird was the best player on the planet. And in Game 6, he showed exactly why.
What did we get on that Sunday afternoon? We got what Larry Bird maintains to this day was the game in which he was, and I quote, most prepared ever.
Y'all, you know what? Something I'm gonna have to do too is I want to react to some of Larry Bird interviews because I know very little about him through him vocally. I just know based off what I've heard from other Hall of Famers and how they hold him into high regards as well as you guys. And like I said, I just figured out that he said that his best game, I would have thought that his best game would have been the 60-point game against Atlanta. But he said that his best game was game 6, this game right here, against the Rockets. So I'm gonna have to, because I'm interested in just knowing how his brain works and how his mind works. Like those type of competitors, I just want to know because I'm always looking for an added edge to push myself too. So, you know, comment down below, you know, would y'all be excited for me doing some Larry Bird interview reactions?
It was one of the greatest individual performances.
Write that down so I don't forget about it.
I think it may have been his greatest game.
McRae on Bird. Step back shot.
Sampson gave up the good low post position.
Danny Ainge missing. McHale and Bird underneath. Here's Bird. And a basket.
It was spectacular because in a game, a lot of winners of the genetic lottery. I mean, you had Akeem, you had Ralph, who were just brilliant. You had Kevin McHale, you had the Chief, and here was Larry. Larry got every rebound. Larry made every steal. He made every pass. He just literally did everything and made the rest of the world seem inconsequential.
Shooter is
Typical Larry Bird fashion, you know, being Superman, doing everything.
Bill Walton said, number 33 had gone out and painted the perfect Larry Bird masterpiece. And it wasn't even about the numbers. It was about his effort on both ends of the floor.
Offensively
A
and defensively.
seemingly lost art for superstars of today. He
Most
was all
definitely.
over the court, double teaming and getting back to his assignment, in the passing lanes, forcing turnovers left and right, and diving for every loose ball. But the moment that best describes his effort that night was when he dove on the floor and forced a jump ball against 7-foot Hall of Fame center Hakeem Olajuwon. And without batting an eye, Larry Bird, who wouldn't impress anybody with his jumping ability, did this.
I mean, you got the will to win, man.
He got a jump ball against Olajuwon. Now he can't do that, but he did. Okay, he was omnipresent defensively. He anticipated where they wanted the ball. He was like a one-man. He was a one-man zone. Quite frankly, he was going crazy, but he was everywhere.
Closing right into the hands of Bird. There's a 4-on-1 break for the Celtics and Ainge.
Michael Jordan summed it up perfectly when he was told to list Larry Bird's weaknesses. MJ said, Larry Bird can't jump and he's not that quick, but he makes up for it by using his head, analyzing the opponent. It makes him better than the competition.
But see, once again, this is a debate that me and my manager, we always have in terms of athleticism. I think that having superb athleticism, it diminishes work ethic, it diminishes the knowledge for the game because you're relying so heavily on athleticism. Now, I said this in one of my previous reaction videos. As you get older, your athletic ability is going to gradually decline. When you look at guys that's able to play the game 20 plus years, whether it's football, basketball, hockey, baseball, whatever the case may be, is because they developed the most important aspect of the game, and that's the mental preparation. Just knowing these things, being able to identify the routine patterns within the guys that you're going up against. You know what I mean? That's what takes you to that next level. Athleticism is only going to take you so far because when you get higher up from collegiate to the NFL, everybody's athletic. So what sets you apart?
He doesn't have a weakness.
And Wiggins finding Bird. Who beats the pin.
And it's like watching Bird,
The arena
it's like he plays in slow motion.
and the way he played and how he.
And what I mean by that is like the game is slowed down and he's able to see it
freaking maniac
at this
for
many
3.5
frames per
quarters.
second opposed to everybody else looking at it from this many.
29, 10. and
That's
then
still good
12,
numbers, though.
something like that. But it wasn't like he didn't shoot lights out. His PR wasn't the best of any Bird performance, but like I've never seen anybody have an imprint on that game, scoring less than 30 points.
Fairly well, Dick. But Peterson may have nightmares guarding Larry Bird.
That was a nice pass. That was a hell of a
Larry
pass.
Bird. Vintage. Larry Bird outside.
What can't Larry Bird do, man?
Ainge to Bird. Pulls up the line. Level finds an opening. Trying to change hands. Here's Bird. 3-on-1 Boston. Bird.
Oh my gosh. And then the second half started, and it was just phenomenal because he just kept going. Even I post up about 18, 20 feet away and get the ball, and they didn't pour Rodney McRae or whoever they would have on it, Robert Reed, I mean, I'm sure they tried Ralph and Akeem on him, but it didn't matter. You could have put all 5 guys on him and they couldn't stop it.
Isolated one-on-one. McRae didn't go for the fake. Pass back.
The numbers won't show it. It was a very nice routine triple-double, 29, 11, 12, something like that. And he just totally dominated the game in every way. And of course, the artistic highlight, was when he, on the right box, zigzag dribbles out to the corner to turn around and hit a 3, and go, and when they were pouring it on in the second half.
Dennis Johnson. This incident ball. 2 seconds. Bird wants it.
That like some video game stuff, man. Like he said, he literally did a zigzag.
Not even looking, he would just throw it back up there and then run down the court with his arms in the air and his finger pointed up. We're number 1, and the Celtic crowd is just saying, "Here we go, Celtics! Here we go!" It was absolutely fantastic. Larry Bird, the greatest player I ever played with, by far.
The Celtics dominated that game, and Larry Bird was rightfully crowned Finals MVP. Larry Bird said, "That was the only game I thought I was totally prepared for. As far as the focus was concerned, none better. Never. I should have quit right there."
I never saw a man play a better game of basketball, ever. That's the greatest individual performance. The defensive dominance that Larry did on that afternoon in June of '86. I would love just that tape to be shown to every high school and college coach, every pro coach now, just everybody, just say, "How you can't play basketball better. You can't."
And after that series, Hakeem Olajuwon called Larry Bird the best all-around player that I've ever seen. This Celtics championship put the finishing touches on a perfect year, where Larry Bird also won the regular season MVP, finished with a home record of 50-1.
That's
He was
insane.
awarded the Associated Press's Athlete of the Year across all sports. The 1986 Boston Celtics were the best team ever, with the best player ever, having his best game ever. It really gets no better than that.
It's a bad man right there.
All year and win 50 and lose only 1 on the parquet floor.
That's a bad man.
Yeah, everybody's always asking the best game, but I would take that night in and night out, yes.
All right, if you made it this far into the video, do me a solid, go in the comments and comment Team Bird. If you're watching this video and you make it this far, so if we got 80 people, 100 people, 30 people, whatever, watching this video, you make it this far, go in the comments, comment Team Bird, right? And if it's some other videos you want to see, whether it's another Bird video, whether it's a Michael Jordan video, whether it's a whoever, I'm taking all recommendations. You know what I mean? I'm here to put content out for you guys, content that you guys enjoy. So just let me know what y'all want to see, and I'm going to get it out there too. But as you can see, that's it for this video, man. If you did enjoy this video, do me a big favor, man. Smash that thumbs up button, of course. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. That way you'll be notified on all things Rob Sports Center. And don't miss an upload, man. And I'll see y'all in the next video.